Alright, welcome to Cleveland, Ohio. This is the FlightSim Studio, Boeing 727-200 passenger variant. And I'm not even going to lie to you, this is my first time flying it. I was a huge fan of the FlightSim back in the day, I guess you could call it. It's really not that long ago, but that was my main aircraft that I would take to events here, especially in the States where it was super duper popular. And we happen to have a similar scenario on our hands tonight in Orlando. They've got the Orlando Overload 2025 here. Orlando has a bad reputation, in my experience, for just rage quitting as soon as their slot times are over because they can't handle heavy traffic load.
Having fun. Who's going to Atlanta?
Nobody, your mom.
Yeah, that's where she lives, and that's where you live now.
Yeah, I'm
No,
gonna go f*** her.
This is the craziest I've ever heard on VATUSA.
So we're going to see if they do that again. Got the aircraft preloaded. I couldn't get the right config I wanted. I wanted full slant whiskey with the not the 8.33 kilohertz radios, but I think the 3 kilohertz radios. But it wouldn't let me do that for some reason. So on board today we've got our INS that we're not going to use. I'm going to fly slant whiskey and digital radios, which honestly, that's a retrofit I don't mind having, even though we're operating this flight circa 1994, winter 1994 to be specific. I don't mind having that. That's just going to make it way easier to talk to ATC. I don't have to manually dial different things into VPilot if we encounter those frequencies. I know across the pond, that video I made, we had an issue with that where I was manually dialing in VPilot because that doesn't have the 8.33 kilohertz on the CLS. Anyways, first time flying in this in a while. We're just going to power up the aircraft and get our clearance. Weather in Cleveland's looking pretty chill for springtime. Runway conditions are fine. No icing, no abnormalities whatsoever. Alright. Batteries coming on. Okay, there we go. Now it's starting. Okay, I guess the click spots are weird on that. We can hear it firing up here. Now the exhaust for the APU, I believe, is under one of the wings on the 727. I think it actually comes out of the slats or something. Something weird. Kinda neat, nevertheless. But I'm gonna wait for that to come online now. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, I hate that already, but nevertheless, we'll do our flows here. We can turn our galley power on. Essential power can go to APU. What to do? Our gauges are looking there. Boost pumps can stay off for now. We'll do tank to engine for takeoff, and then we'll feed from the center tanks first, and then the wing tanks when we get up above 10,000 feet. Generally, you want to do that in cruise, but I start early. We're going up to 3-4 today, so we'll bug 3-5 just for safekeeping. Elevation at Cleveland's nothing crazy, 800 feet. Bug that. Now we'll consult the chart here for our cabin altitude. Going up to 3-4, that's 5,200 feet. We'll check this is on auto. I think we're gonna want these to match here. And that's closed. Okay, ground switch is on. Excellent. Yeah, nothing much to it really. This one's real easy. We're gonna want our APU bleeds on. Gasper fan. Passenger oxygen can. No, I think that's the emergency oxygen. I remember something was being said about the packs being funny. You want one pack on with your APU. I think we'll actually have the right pack on. Okay. Let's go up top here. This all looks good. Might not be as vocal as I usually am here, getting used to this, but no smoking and window heats can come on. Pitos can stay off for now. Arm the emergency exit lights. Nav lights can come on. Those probably should have come on first thing, really. Tell everyone we're hot, we're getting to go. Anti-skid. Turn that on. We'll cage our standby here. Yeah. So our INS, we're just going to leave that off. I think we're not even going to turn her on. So this can go all the way off, and we'll just squawk IFR. Standby. Does this work? No, it doesn't work. Of course not. Okay, ADF radios. These are already on, so that's good. Well, I think Cleveland Center's online here. No, not, yeah. We'll tune them 119 or 85 here. Because it is a controlled airport, obviously. Okay, after an extremely exhaustive effort, I found out that there's 2 radio master switches on the CB over there. Geez, now I lost them again. No, right there. Alright, good to know. Now we're going to call Cleveland with the latest. Cleveland Center, good evening. Continental 427 on the ground at Cleveland with ATIS, Quebec. We'd like to get IFR clearance to Orlando, please. My little notepad here.
Copy the clearance standby, Delta, break Delta 568, turn right heading 350, back to show approach.
Right 350, Delta 568.
It's going to be like, oh, I have a full reroute for you.
Okay, we had 2. That was Continental 427, cleared Orlando, radar vectors, Appleton, then as filed. Maintain 6,000, expect flight level 34010 minutes after departure. Departures with me, squawk 2126.
Thanks, Continental 427 is cleared to Orlando via radar vectors Appleton, then is filed initial climb 6,000, 34010 minutes after departure. Departures with you, squawk 2126.
Continental 427, correct call for taxi, break November 806,
Okay,
Papa Mike.
leave him there.
Over clearance. You're cleared to Charlie Zulu Bravo Foxtrot.
6,000 here. So it's radar vectors Appleton, the MSA around Cleveland is nothing crazy.
Maintain 3,000,
it's like 3,000 or something. So we'll climb straight out on runway 6 right.
On this frequency, squawk 0607.
No D rate. And probably expect a heading after takeoff. We'll call Cleveland at like 1,500 feet. Nothing crazy. And if we have like an engine out or whatever. Past V1. Oh, we got 2 more, so, you know, we're chilling. If we lose any more, just rather overrun than crash.
Papa Mike feedback is correct
Now,
for me.
the
For
FlightSim
taxi,
Studio
rocket
727 gives you
alternative
takeoff
to,
performance built in, and that includes your
2952.
speeds and your engine performance as well, which is really nice. You don't have to use the tables. I do like that. So we'll say we're taking off
Supernova
6 right.
551 Indy closure.
I want to try a flaps 5 departure here. I think this is
Have a
just
great night.
taking
Remember 551.
the latest weather here.
Delta 568.
And this is already reading our current aircraft weights.
010 to join the 3 right localizer.
So it looks like we're getting V1,
You
VR
are
142, V2
6 miles from
150.
Ribney,
So we'll
maintain
climb at
3000 to establish
165,
clear for the
set our
ILS
bugs
runway
there.
3 right approach.
It's given our trim as well, actually, 375. So is that going to move? It's going to move our thing there, and it's going to set our EVR gauges here to 2.02. That's pretty normal for the JT8Ds. I'm happy with that. That's about as much as they'll give us. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. So I think we're going to get ready for pushback now.
1124 Cleveland Center, radar contact, climb and
Fasten
maintain
seatbelts,
floatable
coming
380 and
Beacon.
delete the speed restrictions.
Mode Charlie on the transponder. Going to turn our boost pumps on.
Air Canada 7232, contact Toronto
Hydraulic system B.
125.77.
125.77. Air Canada
Do
7232.
flight ground, we can leave that off for now. One pack's coming off. Galley power's coming off. Alright, let's pre-plan our little
Delta
pushback here.
9822, expect the ILS Zulu, runway 4 left
As
approach.
well, actually.
ILS 4 left approach 2822.
I'm going to close our doors and kill our chocks and cones. We'll kill the jetway. Pre-planned pushback. This is such a neat little thing. No way am I paying for GSX, man. That thing is just broken. I'm not giving money to someone's half-finished project. There we go. Okay. Request
Cockpit to
pushback.
ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
This is ground. Stand by. Also, I don't really use the flight directors that often, like this old school one. But I actually, lately, I've been finding is really useful, you know, for trying to fly your heading on departure and a crosswind and all that. Like a flight director would in a modern aircraft, so we'll keep that on. We do have checklists we can run through
Delta
here.
568, runway 3 right clear to land.
And he's get his cap.
The
Strobe.
parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Never mind.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
I guess that's more of a texture. So there are checklists that come with this aircraft, but because I'm a single pilot and I'm also kind of in a
You're
rush,
cleared for start and push.
don't think I'm going to run them today.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Yeah, the NTSB is going to love me for that. Let's just double check here that we're not about to run into somebody. Yeah, wicked. Okay, parking brake is coming out.
Please release parking brake.
Yes! I think we got to hold the brakes down for this. There we
Parking
go.
brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start
Thank
in
you
the
very
sequence.
much. Alright, let's open up our caps here. We're going to go 213. Let's look for N2 rotation. Yeah, that's confirmed. 20% will, I've heard 25 as well. I'm just going to do 20. There's 20. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Delta 2822 departs is heading 080 vectors for your approach. DC to maintain 3000.
This is 0803,02822.
Alright, she's stabilized. Go number 1. Our auto brakes shouldn't, yeah, they are disarmed.
Caribbean 616, recycle transponder, scope 2345.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Boom.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Tell you what, I'll run through the after start checklist. Our off blocks
Startup
time
is complete. You may disconnect.
is, Yeah, we're 20
Roger.
minutes behind
Good engine
schedule
start.
here
Clear to disconnect.
because of that
Engine
faff with the
five.
radios.
Have a good flight.
That obviously I cut out,
Hold
you
in
didn't
position
see, but
waiting for the visual.
I was
Thank
running
you,
around the
goodbye.
cockpit looking like an idiot. Alright, one's stable. 3's coming in. What a machine though, the 727. It feels good to be back into this thing after.
Cleveland Center, Clipper 25.
Honestly, it's
request
been
step away for
years
5 minutes.
since I've flown it
That's
last.
approved, let me know when you're back.
I'm probably, yeah, there's 20. I was about to say I'm probably late for bringing in the fuel because I'm too busy taking my beauty shots here. 2970 as well for Cleveland. That's something I forgot to set. Okay, this is broken. I guess, you know, we'll take 29 or 71. At least it's in the 7s. I wish I could have these synced as well. Okay, they're all broken. Wicked, wicked. Alright, so they're all stabilized. We'll close our switches here. We'll turn our probe heats on. We'll set auto brake RTO. I'm going to trip the gens one by one. Let's make sure we're getting volts on all of these guys. Yep.
American
Yeah,
238,
synchronized
New York
as well as
offline
one
radar
could
service
be.
is terminated, frequency change
Alright,
approved.
packs are coming online.
Okay, monitor.
Flight
Unicom
ground's going to flight.
122, decimal is American 238. Thanks, bye-bye.
And APU's coming off. We can trip these as well. Actually, we'll leave that. I don't like to have lights open. I just kind of assume. I don't know what that is. Anyways, let's just verify we've got good cabin temperature and pressure and everything. Yeah, everything looks good. Alright, we're going to set flaps 5. Our trim's already set for departure. Do a flight control check here. Rotors look good. Everything looks good. Alright.
Clipper 50.
Run through the after start checklist. So the start levers are in idle D10. The beacon light's on.
I think I
Engine
stopped
anti-ice is not
you,
required.
Dynamic 1H Bravo,
Electrical
Cleveland
power
Cleveland
is
Level
set.
2,
Boost pumps
40.
are set. Hydraulic system B pumps are on. Hydraulic pressure actually has not been checked. Let's check that now. We've got pressure on system A and B. More than enough. And the door warning lights are out. Taxi checklist now. Flaps and
November
are
806
set.
Papa Mike, which runway were you planning on?
5
Rochester
degrees
wind?
with the green light.
Hang on.
Takeoff data, EPR, and airspeed bugs have been set and cross-checked. Stabilizer trim is set. I believe it was 3.74 degrees. Probe heat is on. Flight controls have been checked.
Sounds good, runway
I don't know what the scat is. I don't
One
actually
and
really
fly
want
runway
to know.
heading, runway 25.
I'm gonna skip that
takeoff.
checklist item for now. Yacht anchors have been checked. Seatbelts and shoulder harnesses are checked. The air conditioning panel is checked and set. Galley powers
Yeah,
on.
runway 25, taxi
Fuel
via
heat not
Foxtrot and
required. Auto
Foxtrot
pack
1.
trip is
Fly runway
off.
heading, runway
Seatbelts
25,
and
clear for
shoulder
takeoff.
harnesses are on. Now our auto pack trip, I remember this was fun on the 727 from FlightSim. I couldn't remember what it was about, but if we run into some pressurization issues or
Clipper
something,
50, radar
mess
service
around with
terminated,
that.
frequency change approved.
as
Exit
well.
change, Chris. Optimised, good night.
So our yaw damper. We don't have that channel, I don't think, on this specific product. Anyways, we're gonna call for taxi in a second here.
Clipper 616, contact Toronto 125.
Continental 427, we're ready for taxi.
Continental 427, no runway 6 right, taxi via Kilo and Lima.
Kilo Lima 6 right, thanks, Continental 427. Alright, brakes are coming out, we'll give her some gas here. Taxi lights coming on. I was really scared there for a second. You can see here that our DME in our course is kind of shielded a little bit. So I was like, oh, did I miss another master switch like on the CB back there for the radios? But I tuned a localizer for 6 left and it worked. So, thank goodness. So Kilo's the one straight ahead, and then Lima's just the outer taxiway parallel to 6 right. So real easy taxi. Just warm up our
The
engines a bit, really.
2806 Papa Mike radar contact, climb maintain flight level 270, proceed direct
this
to
work?
Gota.
Bummer. So yeah, after takeoff, we're going to do an NADP2. So climb power is going to be set at 1500 feet AGL. In 727 or in any JT8D aircraft, I like to usually do 92% N1 for the climb, and like 94 maybe if I feel like I need it. So we'll go to 202 EPR and then bring it back to 92. Climb V2 plus 15 to 3000. At 3000, we'll start to accelerate and bring our flaps in, and more than likely turn on course to Appleton, which is our first on-route fix. I didn't even really go over the route we're taking. Basically, we're taking Appleton on the Jet 83 airway to kind of somewhere around South Carolina, where you kind of run out of conventional airways, and then we're just going to go
Cleveland Center, Clipper 25
direct to a
request.
few
Flight level
VORs
380.
until we
Approved
join
as
the
requested.
lease 3 arrival into Orlando. I was about to take that turn way too fast there. I've never been much of a taxier. And I like the little speed bugging thing, because it's given us V2 plus I think more like 10, I'd say 15, but then you can use the fast slow gauge here on your climb out to make sure you're not about to stall the aircraft, because that's dead easy in a 727. I think there's a video up on my channel from like 4 years ago or something, maybe 5. I stalled the FlightSim 727 on the short final into Memphis, I think it was. Those were good times. I kind of wish I could have actually turned on our INS and aligned it while we were still at the gate, because it does give you some good, some air data, like your ground speed and like wind information. It's kind of a clever system. I think you've knobs here, yeah, if you go to like distance, time, wind, track, ground speed, that's a good one.
Mackie
Pretty useful.
471, welcome back. Delta 1124 in the offline radar services tunnel to critical opportunity cruise.
Over advisory, thanks for the ATC 1124.
Delta 517, turn left heading 080, vector 0 approach.
We'll have it up back to you.
IAS
Let's run through the
517, turn
before
left heading
takeoff
070,
Icing
vector 0 approach.
considerations
keep
are
maintain
checked
3000.
and not required. Cabin alert is set. Ignition is on, anti-skid's on and checked, strobe lights will be turned on, transponder is mode C. APU lights out, boost pumps and cross-speed valves are set and checked. The oil cooler is okay. Not that I would know where that is. I believe this is, we've only got flight start for, I don't know if we can actually do like continuous ignition.
2822, roger, taxi, let's see, Victor and Kilo to the ramp, cross runway 4 right,
So
cross
the issue with
runway 9
using
left.
center on ground is that you can't hear a lot of people up at different airports. It's just the way VHF radio works. So I could be stepping on someone. I think I did step on someone for my clearance because you just can't hear them. And we'll have continuous ignition on, actually.
Delta 517, 10 miles from Reggie, turn left heading
Take
060, maintain 3000 for establishing the localizer, stay Via Zulu, runway 4 left approach.
Left 060, maintain 3000 for establishing
Is this
localizer.
light extinguished? Right. We'll turn our fuel heat on past 10,000. That's what I do in the 720 or the
Nomadic
747
1H Bravo, cross
Might
Woolsey
as well.
at and maintain 17,000, Buffalo altimeter 2957.
At Wolsey, 17,000 and please again the alternative figure.
2957, 2957.
2957, American Bravo.
Delta 517, runway 4 left, clear to land.
Runway 4 left, clear to land, Delta 517 heavy.
Continental 427, we're ready to go, 6 right.
Continental 427, runway 6 right, clear for takeoff, wind 31011, fly runway heading.
Runway heading clear for takeoff, 6 right, Continental 427. Outboards and inboards are coming on, as well as the turn-off strobes. Transponder's already in mode Charlie, so yeah, we're good to go. Before takeoff, checklist has already been completed, so yeah. I love checklists, man. I don't use them nearly as much as I should. Anyone that knows anything about flying knows that checklists are very important. No matter how experienced you are, you can always forget stuff. And I certainly do flying solo in a 3-crew airliner, which I usually do. Okay, we're going to set 202 EPR here very slowly as to not stall the compressors. Which is very nearly max power. This is what flight engineers are good for. Alright, 202 EPR set. 80 knots. V1, rotate. V2. Ooh, she's feisty. Positive rate. Thanks, man. Taking the words out of my mouth. Alright, we'll trim. 1,000 feet on the rad alt. Alright, gears up and locked. And turn it off here.
Kevin Tower, good afternoon, Airplane 127, Delta Heavy, with 2 passing, flight level 300, climbing, flight level 390.
Air France 137 kilos, leaving set up maintain, flight level 390.
Flight level 390, Airplane 127.
United 1472, cross Wozy, at and maintain, 17,000, Buffalo altimeter, 2957.
Say again, please, sorry, United 127.
Cross Wozy,
Alright,
at and
3,000
maintain,
feet.
17,000, Buffalo altimeter, 2957.
Let's go autopilot engage.
2957, cross Rosie,
Let's go
17,000, I maintain.
Let's bring our vertical speed back here. Cleveland Continental 427 is 340, 300 for 6, runway heading.
Continental 427,
Alright,
radar
flaps 2.
contact, climb and maintain, flight level 340, proceed direct Appleton.
340 direct Appleton, Continental 427. All the flaps are coming in now. And let's turn on course now. Make a right turn.
We're 551 Stafford County.
Alright, we're approaching 250 knots. Let's go IAS hold.
Still Stafford.
And let's bring our power back here a little bit, because we're climbing pretty quick.
Steven Center, Delta 883 Heavy, just push from Alpha 68, information Bravo taxi.
Delta 883, Cleveland Center, runway 4, right at Yankee 2, taxi via Juliet and Yankee 2.
Okay, 4 right via Yankee 2 and Juliet, 883 Heavy.
Cleveland Center, good afternoon.
Let's try
United
to go,
1037, about
nav loc here.
65 miles west of Carlton VOR, flight level 410.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
10,
Alright, we're
37
direct
Cleveland
Appleton.
Center, contact
Climbing at a pretty normal rate here. What's the static air temperature? It's at 0 degrees. Tell you what, I'll bring some engine anti-ice on. See if we can get the valves. I think these should light up.
Nomadic 18 Bravo, contact Toronto 125.77.
Alright, after takeoff checklist, ignition is
Medic 1 Bravo.
checked. We'll turn that off.
Negative 125.77.
Seatbelts and no smoking are checked. Landing lights are off except for the inboards. We're about to turn those off through 10,000. Logo lights off. Gear lever is off with the gear confirmed out. Hydraulic pumps,
755.
check that now.
Correct. 775. Nomadic.
Pressure's good and the auto pack trip is on. Cut out. That's the after takeoff checklist complete. And 10,000 feet inboards coming. Seatbelts as well. And we'll turn our fuel heat on.
Delta 517, welcome to Metro Taxi, Alpha and Quebec to the ramp.
Alpha, Quebec to the ramp.
82 miles out. If I turn a light on for this, there we go, that's better. I can actually see. I have no choice really but to run the
United 1472,
lights here because I've just got no DME.
contact Toronto 125.77.
125.77.
Tell you what, actually, we can
United 147, have a good day.
Yeah.
Go vertical speed here. We'll bring her back a bit. I'm gonna bug like 280 knots now. Alright, don't need map lights. I'll need center panel. Overhead panel. And our compass light. Same for the back here. You've got your own lights right here. And cabin's pressurizing. Cabin altitude looks normal. Excellent. Bring it down a bit here. 75 miles to Appleton before we join the Jet 83 airway. Show you that right here. So we're about here. We're going to join this airway, fly it all the way down to Spartanburg, and then direct. What's this one called? Colliers, and then direct.
So the 806 Papa might be my airspace.
And then direct
change proofs.
to this is a low on
Frequency
route
changes
here.
briefs, 806 Papa Mike, thank you, guys.
Okay, Sky Vector just broke.
Cleveland Center, Delta 883, Yankee 222, correction, 4 right, ready to go.
883
It's
runway
gonna be
4 right,
pretty
clear
wicked.
takeoff in 3011.
Alright, let's go.
So
IAS mode.
takeoff 4 right, 883 heavy.
Not having to use that much engine power. Usually this thing climbs like a dog. At least it didn't explain. We're well out of the clouds now. The engine anti-ice can come off. So the next guy we're going to call... Actually, no. We're going to go through a bit of no coverage. We'll get Unicom on standby here.
Cleveland Center, very good afternoon. Sky West 3574 inbound Cinder.
That was 2574.
Alright, well, I'll leave you guys here and I'll call you back for the descent brief
I have
in
an
Orlando.
amendment to your route
That was a pretty
advisory.
scuffed
Copy.
departure out of Cleveland, but
Great to copy.
I'm sure I can mash some together in the editor.
Thank you. You're re-cleared
To
to
make it
Detroit
look
Metro via direct Rock
okay.
City, join KISS 2 arrival.
I'm so far pretty impressed with the FlightSim Studio 727.
Cleared, direct
Um,
Rock City, join Chris 2
There's some
arrival
things I
for
probably should have known
Sky West
about before getting
3572.
into it with the circuit breaker panel there. But other than that, it's pretty cool. We'll see when we get up into like the 20,000 sort of range. We'll see how the climb performance is, because so far it seems pretty optimistic, especially for like 85 N1. Like I'd never go to that
There's
in edge
1701
plane.
Cleveland Center,
So
maintain flight level
we
3820.
shall see
Correction, 320.
how that goes.
Up to 320. That was pretty high.
I'm gonna check my load
Yeah, I
here,
can't
actually.
read.
It's okay, man. It's only Saturday.
Well, I have my OTS tomorrow, so
Gross is 157.
Oh, man, you better get with the program.
I
I
know.
don't know what they're talking about.
Good luck, by the way.
157. Can I get a
Good
max
luck.
weight on one of these tables here?
Thank you. So, a 3574 descend via the KISS 2 arrival, altimeter 29071.
Descend via the cruise to arrival.
I'm getting everything except for weights here.
Altimeter for Skyway 3574.
Could I get like a max flight level?
29071.
2971 for
This is
Skyway
very
3574.
useful, actually.
Thank you.
Normally it's just like placeholder
Yes,
stuff,
everyone's
but this stuff is
talking
like
very bad today, huh?
actually useful.
I know, right? Well, I've been on for 2 hours. It kind of gets worse as you go on.
Oh,
For sure, man.
what
For
they're
sure.
talking about. Anyways, standard
Delta
pressure.
883, radar contact, climb maintain flight level 400, and report altitude passing.
Alright,
We're at
talk to you
2000
guys
now,
in a bit for the
climbing
descent
400.
brief.
Clipper 25, Chicago offline, radar
Hopefully-
services terminated, fuel conditions
Hopefully
approved.
this is upload worthy.
We change approved.
Gosh, I
Clipper
really hope
25.
so.
Good luck on your trip.
Alright, so you guys didn't hear that, but I am abruptly resuming the recording before the briefing because Orlando has, quote, stopped taking arrivals. Turn heading 360, I'll get you back on course at some point. That's basically what the guy said. That's kind of verbatim.
Delta 2728, turn left heading 270.
Let me show you VATSPY here, okay? 194 filed arrivals, 61 departures. That's usually you get like a 150-150 split, 100-100 split for F&Os. So this is pretty much to be expected. But even before we are in Florida airspace, they're already acting up, turning people away. So
Continental 427,
Speaking of
contact
the
Jack
devil.
Center 127.47.
127.47, Continental 427. Thanks. Yeah.
Well.
Okay. Let's do 27. It's almost like my call sign. It's 124. Jack's Continental 427, level 340.
Continental 427, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
Hang on. Are we okay? They're not going to make us turn around? Okay. I wonder why that guy got turned around. I got spooked there for a second thinking, alright, now we're just all... Anyone coming out of the north is just screwed. Because we've got a flow here. Guys from New Orleans, Texas. And we got flows here, guys from New York and Boston. You got your Atlanta here. And I'm kinda... I'm going right down Silicon Valley right here. So that should be fun. We'll see which Congo line they put me in. I'm hoping the one from Atlanta, because they're going to have an easier time getting me in, probably. But, yeah. Not a lot of people flying out of Cleveland today, but whatever. Anyways, I'm going to check back with you guys, getting closer to top of descent. Right now we are in between Alma and...
Delta 1742, Jacksonville Center,
We're in
good evening,
between
climb maintain
Alma
level 350, they cap your
and
climb.
Ormond Beach, I believe.
350, final for Delta 1742.
Yeah, so we're getting pretty close. We've got about, I'd say, 200 miles to go to the airport. We might even receive the ATIS by now from, yeah, we can receive Orlando ATIS. So I'll brief with you guys in a little bit there. and talk to you
flight
guys.
level 360, Canada 1637.
Alright, you join me in a descent through 313 for level 270. Jacksonville's given us that level, I assume, for sequencing. Just overhead Alma VOR, trying to pick that back up to fly the outbound towards Ocala, our initial fix for the least 3 arrival into Orlando. And this seems like no better time to
November
brief.
121, Papa, contact
So
Jack's
we're gonna brief
approach
for the
on
arrival into
124.9, see you.
We're going to take a look. They've got 2 ATISes up, the arrival departure. Obviously, look at the arrival. It is looking like this. 27 degrees, yeah, that's Florida, you know, 35, 50, 250. The TAF was saying the clouds were going to get as low as 3,000 feet, so that's chill. 10 statute miles, that's good as well, because the TAF was forecasting 6 statute miles. 10 is more than manageable. 2984. They're doing the parallels, 18 right, 17 left, 17 right. Both towers in use. East and west tower, that's going to be really important, because you know I'm going to want to pre-bug that. Hazardous weather information for Orlando area available on flight service. Advise Delta. I was looking at SIGMETs and the weather radar, like when I was briefing for this.
Continental 427, contact Jacksonville Central 125.05.
12505, Continental 427, good night.
That's 24, good night. Good night.
Jack's Continental 427, 298 for 270.
Continental 427, Jacksonville, Charlotte.
Okay, 20 miles out from Helma, not picking up Ocala yet. It's about 142 miles out from there, so we'll fly the outbound until we cross over. Oh, and we're tank to engine, by the way, we balanced that out.
Frontier Flight 3053, have a reroute to Atlanta, advance for the copy.
Okay, so let's take a look at least 3, and I don't know what runway they're going to give us, so I'm not going to look into that yet, but it should be a standard procedure, ILS. Standard glide path, precision approach, all that good stuff. So for the least 3, we're going to come in at
Frontier Flight 3053 is cleared at Atlanta Airport, after Bjorn, join the Hobbit to arrival.
Radar, that's good, 180, that's good.
Bjorn, Hobbit to arrival,
From Lease on the Orlando radio,
Frontier Flight 3053,
radar
correct.
vectors to a final approach course after lease, that's to be expected.
And verify for that was
I've
Frontier
actually done this arrival
3053
before
instead of
years ago.
3508.
They basically, at some point during this last inbound radio,
This is 3508, I thought you said I'm so sorry for that.
either end of the runways.
There you go, it was 3053, Frontier Flight 3508, direct to Mayor, and the Grinch 5 arrival is Frontier Flight 3053, direct Bjorn, and join the Hobbit to
It's been a
arrival.
while since I've flown a VOR approach.
Frontier 3508, direct Mayor,
Sorry,
Grinch
VOR
4 arrival.
arrival. So this is kind of a nice get back into it sort of deal, not have to worry about altitude restrictions, just do what ATC tells us. And we're going to gate 40 at Orlando, which is...
Frontier Flight 4556, turn at 30 degrees right, vector space.
I'm looking at Cleveland's here, sorry.
30 degrees to the right for 4556.
That's
Frontier Flight Christian Southwest.
Going to gate 40 here, which is on
Southwest
the
1798, turn 30 degrees right, vector space.
west side of the
30 to the
airport.
right, Southwest 1798.
So if they give us a request, I'll say...
Airshare 603, turn 30 degrees right, vector space. Do not exceed Mach .78.
But they've all got ILS.
30 degrees to the right, vector space.
I'm more
Do
than
not
happy.
exceed Mach .78, Airshare 603.
Now going over our landing performance...
Delta 2209,
let's
descend maintain
consult
level
the,
350.
clipboard.
350, Delta 2209.
Okay, we'll do a flap 30 landing. We'll say, what was the altimeter again? I'm going to input this manually because I don't think it can take the actual...
Frontier Flight 4556, Quebec Mayor.
Direct Mayor 4556.
84. And the winds are 236 at 05.
Frontier Flight 3053, Jax.
Go ahead, Frontier Flight 3053.
Frontier Flight 3053, have a reroute to Atlanta, advise for the copy.
140.
Alright, to copy. Frontier Flight 3053.
Frontier Flight 3053 is clear at Atlanta Airport after Bjorn. Join the Hobbit to arrival.
Now. We'll kick it up because we're below RVSM.
After your Hobbit to arrival, Frontier Flight 3053.
And our clean speed.
Southwest 1798, descend maintain flight level 240, transition to 29 Arizona.
And the go around Eber is 2.
Okay,
That
descend maintain flight level 240,
yeah,
transition to 290 now, Delta 1798.
Well at that temperature.
Frontier Flight 3053, bring back is great.
Let's bring our floodlights in.
Please just confirm, after to begin Hobbit to arrival, please confirm the waypoint.
Bjorn, it's Bravo. Step by. It's a Bravo Echo Oscar Romeo November. It's already in your flight plan. Just after Bjorn, Hobbit to arrival instead of the Gandalf.
I can't believe people could struggle
Gandalf,
with their,
Hobbit
with
to
their
arrival,
flight
Frontier
management
Flight
computer.
3350. Thank you.
Like, you
Yeah,
just
that's the
tell it
Hobbit
what
to
to
arrival
do. You
instead
just
of the
select
Gandalf.
what you want, and then you're good.
Hobbit to arrival, Robert.
American 35, contact Jax
Obviously, you know, I'm trying to be
135.902.
sympathetic and not hate on people.
135.902. Thanks for being
Sometimes,
here,
like,
sir.
dude, you press the
Alright.
button.
Delta 3115, connect Jax
Press the button and you're
135.902.
good.
13592 Delta 3115 is fine.
So long.
And Jacksonville Center, FedEx 1373, 50340.
FedEx 1373, Jax Center, hello. Frontier Flight 4556, connect Jax 135.75.
135.75 for 4556.
Got no pointer on this for some reason. It's kind of weird.
Jack Center, good evening. FedEx 358, flight level 350.78 Mach.
I'm not
Continental
receiving
427, ascend to maintain flight level 240.
240 Continental 427.
South 1788, man, altitude maintain flight level 260.
Level 260, Southwest 1798.
FedEx 358, where you calling?
Yes, stay firm, 350.78 Mach.
FedEx 358, Jacksonville Center, hello. Delta 2209, turn 30 degrees right, vector sequence Orlando.
Until we get approach, so
30 degrees to the right, Delta 2209.
Frontier Flight 3508, turn 30 degrees right, vectors to Orlando, or correction sequence to Orlando, and maintain Mach 0.75.
30 degrees right, sequence to Orlando, 7.75 Mach, 3508.
Southwest 1798, Kodak Mayor.
Correct, Mayor, Southwest 1798.
I'm guessing it's 1248. Just in
Jacksonville
case
Center,
we're right.
American 262, how do you read?
You're loud and clear.
Jacksonville Center, American 262, flight type Boeing 787, 10 miles south of 4SL, 10,500 receive, request flight follow.
American 262, I need a flight on. Yeah, when you come on the Tracon, counter Orlando approach.
Interesting.
Jacksonville Center, American 262,
American 262, unable flight following. Once you get closer to Orlando, connect Orlando approach for flight following.
Roger, flight following unavailable. What can I do for
FedEx 358, turn 30 degrees, or correction, turn 20 degrees right, vector is sequence Orlando.
Alright, 20 right,
Let's get our
FedEx
landing
358.
altitude in, actually, that's one thing I forgot to do. 96 feet, so we'll just round that to
Air Sheriff 603, descend to maintain flight level 240.
Center flight level 240, Air Sheriff 603.
Continental 427, traffic 1 o'clock, 10 miles eastbound, 737, ascending at a flight level 335, ascending flight level 260.
We're looking 427.
South 1798, traffic 11 at 10 o'clock, 10 miles southbound, 727, flight level 250, descending flight level 240.
We're looking for Southwest 1798.
2209, descend to maintain flight level 240.
I got him right
there. Maintain 240, Delta 2209.
Frontier Flight 3508, descend to maintain flight level 240.
240, 3508.
So 2209, transition to 2809. So correction, transition to 29er, so 2209.
Alright, that's 250 and transition to 290 for Delta 2209.
The Mach number you're doing right now, and just transition, whenever you transition, do 290 knots.
We're just not picking up
Yeah,
Elma
for a
for
minute,
some
I
reason.
just, I jumbled up the numbers in my head on where am I going down, what am I descending down to?
Flight level 24024.
240, Delta 2209.
427 has the traffic.
Southwest 1798.
Damn it.
Yeah, I think you blocked each other, but Roger on both.
Was that the guy saying that he had me?
Start wings 137, flight
yeah,
level
that works out. That's
350.81
convenient.
Mach.
Air Sheriff 603, correct Mayor.
Correct, Mayor, Air Sheriff 603.
737.
Spirit Wings 137, Jacksonville Center, hello.
Alright. Please pick up... I keep forgetting what it's called. Please pick up Ocala. She's down.
Center United
She's ready to go. We're like 100 miles out. We should be picking it up.
Yeah,
any
the 453
second.
Jacksonville Center, hello.
Just give me direct to Ocala. Even like 2 or 3 years
Air
ago,
Sheriff 603, correct Mayor.
when I was flying Slam Whiskey
We're direct
every weekend. It was
Thanks, then
easier to
Air
do this.
603,
They've taken
maintain
down
29
so many
Arizona.
VORs in the past few years.
29 Arizona, Air 603.
Nevertheless, you know.
FedEx 358, flighting 180.
180, 358.
Springs 137, flighting 180, vector sequence Orlando.
Heading 180, Spirit Wings 137.
Come on, dude. Pick up the VOR. There he goes.
Continental 427, contact Jax 135.75.
135.75, 427, good night.
South 1798, descend.
I'm going to maintain flight level 260.
Okay.
Flight level 260, Southwest 1586.
Bye-bye. Jax Continental 427, 240.
Continental 427, Jacksonville Center, welcome.
Feels good to be actually in their airspace.
American 2974,
I was really worried they were going to turn us away here. Let's take a look again.
Grinch.
Alright, so we're here.
Speed after Grinch.
They're going
American 2974.
I guess bring us in on that maybe. I might get a heading in a second.
Jack Center, Southwest 1798, flight level 274, descending flight level 240.
What are we up to
and
now?
we are 290 knots restricted.
205, baby.
1798, Jacksonville Center, hello. Descend via the Grinch 5 arrival, except maintain 300
Ain't no Grinch 5
knots.
for me, man.
Orlando landing south, altimeter 2983.
Alright, descend via the Grinch 5, except 300 knots, Southwest 1798.
Jack Center, good evening. Salty 12's with you at 12,000, just over St. Petersburg.
Salty 12, Jacksonville Center, climb and maintain flight level 260.
260, Salty 12.
Okay, Ocala I think is like a low on-road waypoint. I think we're really only supposed to pick it up at below RVSM, but actually we are. In a turn of
Continental
events.
427, if it didn't give
Picking it up.
speed 2 already, maintain 280 knots.
280 knots, Continental 427. Alright, let's bug that. Never mind, I guess we can't really... Whatever.
American 2974, contact Orlando
we can
approach
go direct.
134.05, we'll see you.
13405, American 2974, good night.
We'll do that.
Jacksonville Center, airspace 603, flight level 240.
Air 603, Jacksonville Center, welcome. Descend via the Grinch 5 arrival, except maintain 280 knots. Orlando landing south, altimeter 2983.
Descend via the Grinch 5 arrival, except maintain 20 knots. Orlando landing south, altimeter 2983, airspace 603.
Jack Center, Delta
Bring the gas
1587,
up a little
climbing
bit.
10,400 for 12,000.
So 30 miles,
Delta
30 miles, that's when we
1587,
picked it up.
Jacksonville Center,
That's
climb and
crazy.
maintain flight level 260.
Must be a really crappy VOR.
260
So
for
that
Delta
puts us-
1587.
That puts us about 90 miles from Orlando. Pretty exciting, man. When you fly slant whiskey and you're constantly doing your station changeovers and whatever, it's almost like, you know, doing an Atlantic crossing with stopovers in Gander and Shannon or whatever, where you really get an idea of the distance you're covering over, you know, oceans or land masses. So it's like, and you know, you put it on autopilot on a slant Lima
Frontier Flight
aircraft and it
45,
just takes you there. But this one, you know, you
resume public speed
put in a little
after
extra
Grinch.
work, especially balancing the tanks as well, and running fuel checks, because there's nothing to say you're going to run out of fuel before you get there.
Continental 427, descend and maintain 11,000, Orlando altimeter 2983.
11,000 on 2983, Continental 427. Alright, let's bring her down here. So yeah, but when you do it in something like this, you kind of get a better idea of the distance you're covering. Now that we're getting to lower altitudes, I think I'll... Actually, oh, I'm stupid. I'll do IAS hold. Then I don't have to worry about my speed. It's clever. Whoa!
Jacksonville, Delta 2209, 290
IAS hold is always
knots,
a bit of a
and
gamble.
flight level 240.
Okay.
Delta
Plane, you can chill
2209,
out.
Jacksonville Center, descend via the Grinch 5 arrival, except maintain 290 knots. Orlando is landing south.
Let's set our
Altimeter
altimeters now, might as well.
2983.
Send by the Grinch 5, except maintain 290 knots, and landing south 2984 for Delta 2209.
It's 8-3D. He's probably not going to correct you, because it's whatever.
Salty 12, contact Jacksonville Center, 135.902. We'll see you.
135.902 for Salty 12,
Okay.
appreciate it.
Southwest 1586, contact Jacksonville Center, 135.902. We'll see you.
He sounds so sad.
35902, have a good one. Southwest 1586.
Frontier Flight 4556, contact Orlando approach, 134.05. We'll see you.
3405 to 1445.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're going to get that as well. It's so important to have frequencies on standby. You don't want to be fiddling around trying to dial tower on the final approach. Workload is real, man. Especially flying in at night. You got heavy workload, you get distracted, you got spatial disorientation, you know.
Air Sierra
178
603,
seconds
descend
to
via the
live or
Grinch
whatever,
5
all that
arrival,
stuff.
except maintain
It's real, man.
290 knots or greater. Orlando landing south, altimeter 2983.
Descend via the Grinch 5 arrival, except maintain 290 knots or greater. Orlando landing south, copy altimeter extra 603.
Even if it was a fake weather radar, that'd be cool. I just love to have that like neon glow and the scan go across. It's so retro core, as people say. Alright, we're crossing over the station now. It's a 129 outbound radial. I did that accidentally. Heading select, please.
Continental 427, contact Jacksonville approach, 124.9er.
1249er, Continental 427. See ya. Got a different one here.
061 Romeo. First flow, JetBlue 809, level 8000, we have information Alpha.
JetBlue 809, Jackson approach. Is it Alpha? I thought it was X-ray. Okay, well, I say altimeter 2983.
What's the
Sorry, you're a little quiet. Is it 2983?
2982. You can
so we picked up Delta, it's still Delta. Okay, excellent. Alright, we go now.
Okay, 2982, expect visual, vectors visual 26, JetBlue 809.
Orlando, Continental 427 through 17-1 for 11 with Atis Delta joining the Leech 3.
Continental 427, Jack's approach. Send to maintain 7,000 and I'll hand you out to Orlando.
7,000, Continental 427. Bring her down now. I guess speed restriction canceled past 100, so.
JetBlue 809.
They give me to Jacksonville? I think you said contact Jack's approach, and I kind of.
Okay, left turn 180.
I got all these Florida towns mixed up. I guess they're getting Jacks to sequence some people.
Jacksonville approach, American 260.
Yeah, 1249.
Semi south.
Oh, we got 134050.
4 FO0, 10,000 pounds of favorite flight following.
Oh, that's 787. Dude, just kick him out, man. Tell him to go home.
262, Jack's approach.
Come in IFR or don't come in at all.
Again, give it to me with an airport I might know. I don't know that 4F02.
Can I get Orlando on standby just to get my distance to the airport? Yeah, I can.
$3061 Romeo, are you okay?
Oh, we're 50 miles out, okay.
Loaded question. I'm working on it.
Yeah, climb maintain 10,000, squawk 2644.
I forgot to tell Jax about the 280 restriction, but I don't know. Hear no evil, speak no
American
evil.
262, I think I see you over there near...
We could just shoot a visual approach, honestly. The weather's looking perfectly fine. It's well more than 10 miles, I think. So, yeah, like, I'm just going to say visual.
Romeo, radar contact. American 262, Jack's approach.
Jacksonville approach, American 262, type Boeing 787, 4 miles northwest of the Davis 60, 10,500 feet west flight line.
Stop with the flight following, dude. Just get IFR clearance.
Jackson approach, American 262, I have you loud and clear. My Microsoft ATC switched me to another frequency.
American 262, what's your destination?
Jackson approach, American 262, destination, Orlando International, 10,500 feet, request flight following.
Wow, do you really think they're going to let you in VFR on tonight? When I'll see what I can do. Stand by.
He is saying what everyone is thinking. It's stupid, man. Alright, let's bring her back to vertical speed. We gotta contact me. Alright, this is a problem.
And Jacksonville
approach runway 2.
Dude, stop, please. 420.
26, 3 November Golf, thanks.
427, we're getting contact needs from Orlando.
Yeah, he just walked over to me here. Continental 427, contact Orlando now on 120.125.
12025 or 3405? Just confirm for us, thanks.
Stand by. Continental 427, they want you over at 134.05, 3405.
3405, thanks. Alright, now he's gonna say it.
It's Continental 427 on this frequency.
427 is finally with you. 10-9 for 7.
Continental 427 Orlando approach, fly heading 100, descend and maintain 6,000.
106,000, 427.
Continental 427, expect vectors, visual approach, 18 right.
Vectors for the visual, 18 right, 427. Alright, cool. God, IAS hold took ages to kick in, and now it's barely even doing its... Well, it is, but it's just...
Air share 603, confirm you're at 210 knots.
It got really sketchy there. It had to load in all those models right while Orlando was contacting me, so I had the sim froze there, and oof.
Alright, let's do this. Air share 603,
but there's literally nothing I can
right
do
heading
about
180,
that, so
vectors for the resequence.
I feel no
Well, the
shame.
210 knots.
Right heading 180.
Alright, let's bring it back to vertical speed here, and let's speed up a bit. Bug 250 knots. We need to actually descend faster.
American 2117, fly heading 360, descend and maintain 4,000.
Alright, what's Orlando Tower?
360, 4,000, American
1243. 20 miles from the airport.
Continental 427, Orlando approach 123.85.
12385, 427, zero.
Air share 60.
00.
Orlando Continental 427, 86 for 6, heading 100 Datus Delta, landing 18 right. That's the wrong one.
And I'm maintaining 3,000, give me a good rate down to 3.
Good rate down to 3, American 2117.
Continental 427, 78 for 6, 100.
Continental 427, Orlando approach, good evening. Give me, let's see, speed 190 knots as soon as you can, please.
190, Continental 427. Alright, speed brakes are coming out. We're going vertical speed. About 190 here. I'm going to tune the
Southwest
localizer
1798,
for,
thanks for the help. Contact tower 124.3.
124.3, Southwest 1798, let's see ya.
Oh, I got it right on the tower frequency. See, read your charts, man. Oh, there's 6,000. Okay. Bring your speed brakes in. That's right, course 185. Oh, we're at 7. We're not at. I hate this alt cell thing, man.
Continental 427, let's see, they said I'm maintaining 3,000. Give me a good rate down, otherwise this is not going to work. 3,000.
Good rate down to 3,000, 427.
American 2117, right turn heading 090.
090, American 2117.
I might be better
Continental 427, heading 150, join the final. Reduce speed to 180, 180 on the speed.
150 for the final and 180 knots, 427.
American 2117, speed 190, descend to 3,000.
They're very marginal.
Speed 190, 3,000, American 2117.
Southwest 1798, tower 124.3. American 2117, the field is off your right wing there in about 14 miles, 12 to 13 miles. Let me know once you get it.
The field set, American 2117.
Alright, you know what, all the
American
lights are coming
2117, clear visual 18 right, 180 to a 5 mile final.
180 to 5, include visual 18 right, American 2117.
Continental 427, descend to 3,000.
3,000, 427.
Orlando approach, airshare 603, descending through 90,000 for 6,000, heading 090.
Airshare 603, Orlando approach, good evening, descend to 4,000.
Send me to 4,000, airshare 603.
Okay, we're on profile.
Continental 427, traffic 12 o'clock, 7 miles, about to turn southbound. It's on A321, American A321.
427 has the traffic.
Continental 427, follow that traffic, clear visual approach, 18 right, 180 on the speed to a 5 mile final.
180 till 5 will follow the traffic in for 18 right, 427.
American 2117, thanks for the help. Contact tower 124.3.
24.3, American 2117.
Well, I know American 1336 is 210 on the speed, 360 on the heading, down to 4,000.
180 till 5.
American 1336, Orlando approach, good evening. Break, Continental 427, tower 124.3, take care.
124.3, 427, great work.
Thank you, sir.
Tower Continental 347, 7 miles, visual, 18 right.
Continental 427, Orlando Tower, hello, the wind is 24010, number 3 for the runway 18 right, clears the last.
Number 3 cleared, 427. Alright, gas is coming back in here. We're going to try and go for 180.
Delta Charlie Lima Oscar Golf, contact departure
We're just using the
124.8.
localizer as a reference here.
124.8, and thanks for the ATC badge, Charlie Lima Oscar Golf.
See ya.
I get 1350 down Yankee for air three.
I'll tell you what, I'll take the glide slope. I won't fly the glide slope. I'll fly
Right
the
there,
glide slope.
1315, continue taxi via Yankee, cross runway 18 left, contact ground 121.8, traffic holding position.
Coming on. We don't need fuel heat. Landing lights are down. Auto brake minimum. Lots of runway to
Frontier
work
flight
with.
4556, cross runway
Let's
18
go
left on
flaps 5.
Juliet, contact ground 121.8, traffic holding in position.
Cross 20 left, contact ground on 0.8 for Kentucky 60.
See ya.
Alright, autopilot's coming out. Bring the speed back in. Gears coming down. Flap 15. Watch that descent rate. We need more power.
Southwest 1736, RNF to Villains, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff.
RNF 2, Villains, clear for takeoff, 18 left, Southwest 1736.
FedEx 4252 heavy, runway 18 left, correction, 18 left, flat up and wait.
18 left, flying up and wait, 4252 heavy.
It is extremely busy, man. 200 arrivals.
Southwest 1798, welcome to Orlando, where are you parking?
That'll be airside 2, gate 128, Southwest 1798.
Southwest 1798, roger, turn left at Zulu, right on Juliet, hold short of 18 left.
Right turn, or correction, left turn Zulu, right turn Juliet, hold short 18 left, Southwest 1798.
I think I have time to do the before landing checklist. Landing checklist, gear is down with 3 green light, flaps are set 15, we'll go 30. Actually, we are, what are we now? 8 miles out? Okay, not yet. Ignition is continuous, anti-skid is checked on, altimeters are set 29 or 83. Alright, landing checklist is complete. Seven miles, we can almost slow down. It's okay, good thing this thing kind of flies like a hog at low speed. It's easy to drop the speed in this stage of flight. A bit high here.
United 1337, Orlando Tower, hello, runway 18 left, line up and wait, traffic will be crossing downfield.
20 left, line up and wait, United 1337.
Alright, we're 5 miles out. We can go VRF now. Flaps 30.
American 2117, welcome to Orlando, where are you parking?
We're going to airside 358.
American 2117, roger, continue taxi via Yankee, cross runway 18 left, in contact ground 121.8, traffic holding in position.
Roger, cross 18 left on Yankee and ground 18, American 2117.
FedEx 4252 heavy, contact departure 124.8, so long.
24.8, FedEx 4252 heavy, go.
Orlando Tower, Airshare 603, visual approach, runway 18 right.
603, Orlando Tower, hello, the wind is 240 at 10, runway 18 right, clear at the line.
18 right, clear going Airshare 603.
427, we got the clearance.
427, affirmative, 18 right, clear at the line.
18 right, clear to land, 427, thank you.
Southwest 1798, cross runway 18 left on Juliet, contact ground 121.8, traffic holding in position.
Alright, Juliet, cross runway 18 left and ground on 121.8, Southwest 1798.
Kissed it! Alright, reverse thrust is coming out.
November 6 Alpha, Orlando Tower, you with me?
80 knots.
November 6 Alpha, Orlando Tower, you with me?
Flaps are coming in.
So American 1336
Welcome to Orlando.
On a,
I really thought I might have had to go
final
around that.
visual.
And I really thought my sim was going to crash.
American 1336, Orlando Tower, hello, the wind is 240 at 10, your number 2, runway 18 right, clear at the line.
Alright, we're clear to land 1336.
American 1337, RNF to Villains, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff, caution, wake turbulence, Boeing 777 heavy, departed about 3 minutes ago.
Right left, clear for takeoff, United 1330.
427's off at Yankee.
Delta 427, welcome to Orlando. Where are you parking?
Airside 3 for 427.
Delta 427, roger, hold short of, continue via Yankee, hold short of 18 left.
Yankee hold 18 left, 427.
Orlando Tower, Delta 2209 Heavy, visual 18 right.
Delta 2209 Heavy, Orlando Tower, hello, the wind is 24010, number 3, runway 18 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 18 right, Delta 2209.
November 6 Alpha, you with me?
Ground switch on here. Get our APU fired up.
Fairbanks 556 Orlando Tower, good evening, runway 18 left, land up and way, traffic will be crossing downfield.
105 way and good evening,
I'll just show you the, oh there he goes. Look at that,
Continental 427, cross runway 18 left on Yankee, crowd on 121, point 8 traffic holding in position.
18 left Yankee, 1218, Continental 427, thank you.
Sorry, somebody was talking in my ear. November 6 Alpha, Orlando, are you with me?
Hey, firm, November 6 Alpha.
November 6 Alpha, thank you, cross runway 18 left, hold short of 18 right traffic.
Echo 3 to airside 3.
American 6 Alpha, affirmative, Echo 2 or Echo 3, your choice in the parking.
Alright, we'll take Echo 2 for American 6
So you actually want to check the runway you're crossing here, man. Continental 427, 18 left Yankee, we're going to airside 3. I didn't really clear the runway actually.
At Copa 427, you're going to airside 37.
Hey, firm.
Copa 427, straight ahead on Bravo 6 to park.
Bravo 6 to parking, Continental 427, thank you.
Orlando ground, JetBlue 2024, South Terminal with Quebec Whitaker taxi.
That was wicked, man. I'm sorry, I can't even
JetBlue
talk. I was
2024,
so, like,
are you programmed for
locked
17
in.
right?
Hey, firm, I'm programmed for 17 right, JetBlue 2024.
But yeah, did I?
JetBlue 2024,
I showed you
17
this,
right,
right?
taxi
Like, look
via
at that,
Echo
man.
1.
That's crazy.
Echo, hold short, Echo 4, contact eastbound on the bridge.
Alright, 17 right via Echo 1, Echo,
is like,
hold short of Echo 4, contact, sorry, could you give us the frequency contact after the bridge?
JetBlue 2024, it's going to be east ground, 126.4 while you're on the bridge.
Alright, east ground when we're on the bridge, JetBlue 2024.
X-Ray Sierra, Romeo 603, Orlando ground.
Crazy, man.
Orlando ground, Airshare 603, we're with you, looking at taxi to the west.
Wicked, dude.
And
Whoa, there's an American.
X-Ray Sierra, Romeo, sorry, whatever your call sign,
I did not
603,
see
taxi
that.
west ramp via Alpha.
West ramp via Alpha, Airshare 603.
I'm just as scared of Americans in the flight simulator
At
as I am
Southwest
in real life.
1798, airside 2. Actually, hold
I'll
your
take the
position
taxi
just one
light
second,
out.
I got one coming
And
out.
the turn offs.
Roger.
I didn't even think about my logo lights actually. Jeez, turn those on.
Round, good evening, JetBlue 695, we're ready to taxi, runway 18 left.
Alright, we're actually parking right next to him. That's our gate, gate 40.
JetBlue 1695, runway 18 left, taxi via...
What a crazy
to
arrival.
Charlie...
That's one of the...
Actually, JetBlue
I think Orlando
1695
outdid
standby.
themselves. All those years of them like rage quitting and it being a complete clown circus.
Orlando ground, good evening,
Oh,
Alaska
they've finally
399,
done it.
Quebec taxi.
This is it here, right? That's the line? Yeah, that's it.
Good evening, ground, American 1919, taxiing on Foxtrot, Echo 2 for airside 3.
American 1919, airside 3, taxi via Echo 2.
I think we're gonna hit the jetway, but whatever.
Airside 3 via Echo 2, 1919.
Alaska 399, Orlando ground, good evening, sir. Runway 18 left, taxi via...
I'm sure the jetway will fix
come out
itself.
Bravo 7 and taxi via... Bravo 7, Bravo, hold short, Bravo 2.
Alright, Bravo 7, Bravo short, Bravo 2, for 18 left, left,
And United 9660, were you calling for ground?
Alright, we're on
yes,
APU
United
power.
966 is ready for
We'll
taxi.
turn one back off here.
Alright, United 9660, Orlando ground, runway 18 left.
And we'll
Stand by
them
1
down.
sec, guys.
System
On the
B.
ground, good evening, American
Coming
3054
off.
on
Boost
Foxtrot
pumps are
following
coming
company.
off.
American 3054, follow company
I
park,
love it when I get to
airside
just play
3,
around
taxi
with these
via
buttons.
Echo 3.
Okay, follow the company and taxi to Echo 3 to the ramp.
And
Airside
beacon
3,
light.
American 3054. Nice.
Come off.
United 9660, runway 18 left, taxi via Bravo
Oh, I forgot to
7,
turn those
Bravo,
on. Lovely.
hold short
Okay.
Bravo 2.
Get our...
Taxi via Bravo 7, Bravo, hold short to Bravo 2, United 9660.
And JetBlue 1695, runway 18 left, taxi via Bravo 9, Bravo, hold short Bravo 2.
I need to open
Bravo
these
9,
doors.
Bravo, Holster, Bravo 2, JetBlue 9.
It is really loud outside, by the way, so I'm gonna turn this down actually, because there's just so many aircraft here.
November 282, November, runway 18 left, taxi via Alpha.
18 left via Alpha.
It's crazy, man.
November 282, November, Roger. Let me double check on that. I doubt you want to do a 15-minute taxi. 1 second.
Yeah, Roger. We requested 18 right.
All right, let me triple check that. American 1336. Continue taxi Bravo 6 Park.
Okay, if you can hear me, welcome to Orlando. That was insane, dude. That was a crazy arrival. I was really grateful my sim didn't crash there. I got to tweak my LODs because I think it's loading in a lot of the model matching and airport objects like on short final. But then I turn them up and I get low FPS, so it doesn't really make sense. So I'm going to look into that for the next time I do a big event like this. But we did make it. The FlightSim has smiled upon us today. What an amazing, crazy arrival.
Virgin 45 Heavy,
I mean,
Orlando ground.
look at this just on the FlightSim map here.
Orlando ground.
I'm counting like, you know, solid 30, 40 planes on the ground.
Virgin
And up in
45
there,
Heavy,
just
Orlando ground.
crazy.
Good evening, sir. Thanks for flying into our live event. Continue taxi Juliet
I am
Charlie,
thankful for
hold
flying
short,
into the
Bravo
live
2.
event.
No problem, Juliet Charlie, hold short Bravo 2.
215, that's got to be the peak. It can't get higher than that, man.
Ground Venus 27, Bravo 10,
crazy.
off of 18 right. We're
Can't
going
beat
to
these
the,
F&Os, man.
Southwest apron here.
And we kind of greased her too. I'd say that was a good landing. I'm very impressed with the FlightSim Studio 727. The flight model is actually pretty good. It does fly like a 727. I enjoyed the flight down here. Honestly, the only major issues were on my own end with tweaking the sim.
Taxi runway 18
So,
left,
yeah.
taxi via Bravo
Thanks
6,
very much for
Charlie,
coming
hold
along.
short,
I'm
Bravo
sorry
2.
I didn't have my usual. That's why when I do like a more educational video, I fly offline or on not busy airports, because when it gets busy like this, you just shut up and you lock in. You go full into it. Anyways, thanks very much for watching. If you flew into Orlando, hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys later, man. Safe travels.